All right, are we live? Looks like we got 5 people watching live action in the Spud Run house. I've got the fancy backdrop behind me here. We got the little banner we made for the member guest, the 2022 member guest. So, I've got my setup here, and let's talk. Let's get in the action here, get that camera a little bit better. It's about as good as we're gonna get, guys. All right, so last week's video, we talked about doing this live stream night, and that's why we're here. We're here to just do some general talk about the backyard golf, talk about some other things you guys had mentioned in that video. We had a lot of great questions, tons of great feedback, let me tell you. That was a different type video last week, and it was basically me talking to you directly as a channel member. So no fancy music, nothing like that. And the feedback was very well received. I appreciate all the comments. And tonight, before we end this live stream, we're also going to give away those golf balls that we talked about. And before some more people get in here, let's talk about some of the main feedback suggestions we had about kind of growing the channel. A lot of people said collaborations, which makes 100% sense. More videos. I'd like to do more videos also. It's just sometimes that's tough. I got a comment on some just more videos of people playing, and we love to play. I love to play. We have folks, friends, family that come out and play all the time, and we definitely could do more stuff like that as far as video and just our friends and stuff playing. Let's catch up here on the comments. Mr. Garrett Scott says, don't get any better. Hello from Central Illinois. Love all the content. Keep at it, brother. GC send it. Scott Jones. From Michigan, John Hamilton. How you doing, John? John Hamilton, did you decide on the new tee box? Well, yeah, I decided. I suppose you're talking to the one on the west side of the golf green you see in my rear here. Earlier in the summer, on the east side where we get our morning sun for the golf green, I'd cleared out some trees, and basically I took the track and the bulldozer back there and created a hot mess. So it was my goal, before I tear any more trees out on the property, I wanted to get all that caught up, and I've done that this weekend, so I got a clean slate. I don't have a big bunch of trees and brush. I'm cleaned up to where I feel good and confident about starting on the west side to work on our PM sun for the golf green, along with probably a new tee box. I believe I just got my first ever super chat, I think, from out of the woods. My old buddy Nathan, talked to Nathan earlier today. Yeah, I think I really got a super chat. And that's never happened before. And I don't expect you guys to do that, but there is a button that you can push, and your comment kind of on my screen, it pops up really big so I can see the comment real well. And Nathan gave us a super chat. Like I said, the first one ever. That is pretty cool. Glowins 10 says, more technical videos of the greens maintenance, application details of fungicide, water agents. Yeah. I mean, that stuff, so I've always kind of been a stickler on, I like to see a project, if I'm building like the bunker, I could have definitely strung out over 2 or 3 episodes, 100%. I just like to preview a project from start to finish in one video. However, if I want to do more videos, I could have stretched that out. I could have easily just made more of a vlog type video to where I'm just kind of jamming around on stuff. And as I work on a project, whether it be, the green or a tee, so you wouldn't see it from start to finish. You'd just see me throughout as progress continues. A good channel I watch is Lawn Tips down in Australia. He's building a golf green. He got a big channel. And that's kind of what he's doing. He's just, he's not really finishing a project from start to finish. He's just doing a nice video as he builds that thing. So, yeah, that's something to definitely consider. And I think I'll talk about that more here later in the live stream. End up getting 7 emails. On that video, I stressed, I kept putting my email address on the video, and got 7 emails. Kind of some advice. I had some folks lend out some professional advice as far as even coming down on site to talk about things they think I could do on the golf course to make it better. Yeah, the one guy was almost 4 hours away, and he's like, yeah, I'd love to come down and check it out and give you all the advice I could give you. He was actually a superintendent of construction build down in North Carolina area, and he was a greenskeeper in North Carolina. So somebody like that, and I mentioned back to him in that email, I deal with a lot of greenskeepers, and the greenskeepers, a lot of them know their stuff on a day-to-day basis on golf course as far as the maintenance, how to grow grass and how to keep grass growing. However, there's not a lot of superintendents on the bottom end when it comes to golf course design and construction. I'm not saying they can't do it. You just don't find a lot of superintendents that are well equipped with that construction knowledge, and this guy had both, which is pretty cool. There's old Shane, our subscriber tournament winner from 2022 from around town. Hi, Shane. When will Live Golf come to Spud Run? I don't know, Seth. However, in updating news today, Live golfers will be allowed to play in the 2023 Masters tournament. I didn't know. I mean, I assumed that's what they would do, but that was kind of breaking news, news release last night, or maybe it's this morning from Augusta, that Live golfers will be eligible for the 2023 Masters, which is pretty cool. That was kind of big news for today. Caught up on the comments. That last video also asked about where everybody views the videos as far as your tablet, your computer, your TV, your phone. And that was, I guess, kind of what I expected, the return answers on that. You know, and I could tell a lot of people watch on the TVs, and on a TV it's I suppose you can comment, but it's obviously tougher to comment from a TV. And some people took the time. You say, I watch on TV, but I got to go to my computer, I got to go to my phone to actually to make comments, which is understandable. Here in our mill shop, here at Spud Run Golf, we have the YouTube on all the time, watching stuff, and we've never commented from that. But if I'm watching on my phone, I'm more likely to comment from the phone, obviously. I'm interested in staying at your Airbnb March 14th through 16th. All right, bud, that's fantastic with me. You'd have to go on Airbnb to check out if that date's available. If that date's available, then you can shoot me an email and say, hey, I got the Airbnb booked. I'd like to come over and play or whatever, and I'm going to hook you up at that point. There's Nate from Bissell Maple Farms, live action. Yes, sir, Nate. Live action, brother. Okay, let's get into some more stuff here. So the last episode, I asked you to bring about questions that I could talk about, and the first question that I see all too often is I need to build more greens. Well, I'm sure I do. I probably do need to build some more greens, but it's not in the cards yet. You know, we're still getting the first round underway, growing in. We're trying to get it pristine. Will I ever build another green? I probably will. So there's got to be a couple things that happen. So I got to be able to be retired, so I got more time to invest in it. I got to have more money, a budget to build another one. Yeah, time and money. That's the two things that I don't have to build another one. But it would make great sense. You know, people say it all the time. You could play back and forth. Well, heck yeah. Some of the tee boxes could be reversed. You could shoot back and forth, back and forth. I'd love to. The second one would probably be up here closer to the number one tee. We're closer to our power source, so we could put lights on it. In the evenings, you know, a campfire, we could turn the lights on, we could chip and putt and have all kinds of cool things that happen. In that particular location, we would not have to worry about sun or wind. We would have, the conditions would be a lot better for a golf green up here by the mill shop. So just hold your britches until we get like mega success on YouTube, that I can retire and I have extra funds. You're just going to be patient with me and wait for the second golf green to come in organically, I reckon. We talked kind of briefly. People said to help the channel grow, some more course vlogs. So the course vlogs, I've done a few of them, and they're by far the easiest to produce. I mean, so a normal video, if I do some some music and a lot of cutting and editing. It takes more time. Now, a vlog where I'm just kind of out showcasing what I'm doing on a typical afternoon or weekend, those are definitely the easiest to produce, to make. So I'm not above that. And moving into winter, I think that's something we'll take advantage of as I do some maintenance, or we work on that extra tee out to the west side of the green. Those are definitely some opportunities to just do a vlog style video for sure. We got Chris says, "What's up, man? How's the weather down there?" The weather is pretty freaking fantastic right now. Today it got to 40, it was sunny. Tomorrow it's going to be nice again, and then the bottom falls plumb out of the bucket for this weekend for Christmas. It looks terrible. Weather looks terrible, absolutely cold, snow, all of the above. So it's not looking good for the weekend, but we're going to take advantage tomorrow and like we did today. Bissell says, Nate says, "Aren't greens expensive?" Yeah, they're expensive. We made a video about how expensive greens are, and yeah, they're not cheap, but there's different ways to make greens, and that was mentioned in the video last week. Is maybe talk about a way to produce a golf green a little bit cheaper, and there's definitely ways to do that without doing the drainage, the special root zone material. There's ways to do a green, and it's all about what you want. Do you just want to go out and tinker with it every once in a while, or do you want to, I decided before I started I wanted to have a green that could eventually feel and react just like a green at a nice golf course. So that's why I went through the extra steps of the drainage and the root zone material, all that. Micah says, "Do you have any issues with deer damage or any other damage?" Well, we actually did. So I mowed again last weekend, and I had some deer hoofs on the older part of the green. They just barely impressed down. Now on the newer part where it's still soft and still growing in, yeah, they do some damage on that. That's not completely crazy, but it's nothing big. Now when this fall I mowed up the Country Club for the member guest, and they had some crazy damage on their greens, and they actually had somebody coming around. Some of it before I mowed, I had to go out and repair them because they were sticking up so much, and it would have just scalped those areas. So we're pretty lucky that right now the deer damage or any other damage has not been too bad due to the wildlife. Seth says, "How does a shot tracer work for videos?" That's a good point. Sputtering golf. Cold bush latte. The shot tracer. So there's an app. So you use this app, and it's pretty inexpensive. However, I've never been able to use that app to where it actually traces. So it claims it, you set up in a certain spot, you whack the ball, and it's supposed to analyze and pick up the ball. It's never worked for me. So when I do it, I gotta go like frame by frame and set the takeoff point, the landing point, then I can adjust all that, and it takes forever. There's different software that some of the bigger channels use, but the basic shot tracer that I use probably takes 15 minutes per shot. Yeah, 15 minutes, I said that. All right, we got somebody from Dublin, Ireland. How we doing, bud? Man, that's awesome. Somebody from completely across the pond. There's Mr. Cruz. My boy Cruz watching. We got Billy in the house. Billy at Prospect Fields. What's up, buddy? Merry Christmas from England. What are your video plans for 2023? I mean, we're going to keep plugging away. We've got several things lined up for 2023, and I'm going to try to use some of the feedback we got last weekend to make the videos a little bit more user-friendly. Speaking of last week, somebody said slip and slide. Probably not going to do a slip and slide back there. However, if I had some bikini women and slip and slides, we'd probably gain subscribers, I suppose. Somebody said more videos. Yeah, I'd like to do more videos. It's just a matter of the time and the content to make more videos. The biggest thing was collaborations, and actually this was a great example because Nathan Elliott, Out of the Woods, was on here earlier. So we started another channel running at Woodmiser Sawmill. It's called Carrion Creek. So Carrion Creek was a rough start. It was a slow start, but we got to probably 800-900 subscribers within 8 months or so. And Mr. Nathan Elliott, Out of the Woods, he is down in Tennessee. And I went down and poured some concrete for Nathan. Drove down there, poured this concrete pad for a dry kiln for him. And he put me on his YouTube channel, which he's got, at the time, he had 100 and some thousand subscribers. So I go down, help Nathan, and we consider that a collaboration. What happened was I pretty much gained almost 1,000 subscribers from one video just being featured on his single video. Happened again with Brian Brown, Brian's farming videos. Brian came over, we done some stuff. 1,000 subscribers. Now, having said that, like Nathan, Out of the Woods, or Brian's farming videos, they would probably promote Spud Run Golf. However, it's not organic. So, like Nathan's folks are into sawmills and chainsaws and tractors. They're not going to enjoy the golf content, and that's kind of why I started Spud Run Golf, was because I was putting it on a different channel, and people weren't receiving it well. So we've grown Spud Run organically to where you found us because you like golf, or you like what I'm doing, and in turn you like to watch. So the collaboration thing, it's super helpful if it's in the same niche, like if I would get with other golf channels. And people said, good, Rick Shields, Bob Does Sports, huge channels. And I found it's hard to get a hold directly to most of these bigger channels. You know, like Good is, they're huge. Now, having said that, I see Steve Smith, and if that's the same Steve I think it is, I have talked to Fried Eggs Golf, and hopefully next year we can do something together. They have a backyard golf hole, and they've been doing doing the golf stuff a little bit longer than us, and they've got a really well-received channel. Steve and Randy up there, so hopefully we can do the collaboration with them next year. Yep, that's Scuba. So Scuba, I've sent Randy a couple emails. We got to get something together. We'll do spuds versus eggs, eggs versus spuds, alternate locations. Fried Eggs Golf, I think they're 3.5, 4 hours away from us, so I think it'd work well. I think the folks that watch them watch us, vice versa, and I think that would work really well. And even on the collaboration type thing I talked about, next June we have some folks coming in to golf and stay up here, and we're going to do some video stuff for that. And the lawn tools, they were here a month or so ago, and they'd done a video here at Spud Run, but it's not going to be released till probably March or so. So kind of encompassing all the stuff we just talked about with collaborations. Yeah, it's hot on my radar. I've emailed and I've attempted to talk to everybody to get more ammunition, and it'll work. I'm confident things will work. Okay, let's catch back up. We got Cam McMaster from Canada. How you doing, bud? And Steve Smith, Scuba Steve. Trust me, we'll have a very nice green, perfect, no less, but less than 1,000 invested. So that's a perfect example. You know, Steve, I don't think he's got the drainage stuff underneath, because I think when he gets a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, he's got to tread lightly to get back on it. I think he gets some warm castings a little bit more. But there's a great example. You can look at his channel, Fried Eggs Golf. They play and have a ball in that thing. It putts well. They've got it up to, I think, a 10 or 11 on the centimeter. It holds balls at less than $1,000. Now, I'm pretty sure that's what he maybe had building it a handful of years ago. That's not including all the maintenance equipment he's got or the ongoing maintenance with it. But definitely interested in doing a video more in depth this winter on how to maybe reach those two golf green ideas. You know, the more expensive and then the less expensive that you can still have plenty of fun on. No, Micah, no more water slides. We'll put in a water slide. You get all the girls in bikinis. We'll put Spud Run on the moon, brother. Is there any chance of having beer cart girls in 2023? Brian Smith, I believe that's Brian, my friend Brian Smith. Brian, we can have beer cart girls but you're in charge. And you got to get it approved by the missus too. Oh, there's Chris Weichel driving home. Bring me in, come on. That was another, Chris Weichel's a friend of mine, so another good point somebody had, you know, maybe get one of your friends and just do some head-to-head matches on the backyard golf hole. Chris would be awesome for that because you never know what's going to come out of Weichel's mouth, and it's always funny. And he's a great golfer, me and him, but head-to-head on the golf course, and it's usually a pretty good match. And I think we could probably hook that up. What do you think, Mr. Weichel? Rich says, hopefully Rick will give you a shout out. I suppose you're talking about Rick Shields, but I doubt that. That Rick is just that's a huge channel. We got hello from Denver. So we are 20 minutes into it. I do have a couple more notes here. And before we do get off, which will go a little bit longer, I do have the iPad ready to where we can give away those golf balls. We got a guy from Alabama. Hey, Robert, that's, I think next March or May, there's like a social media invitational down at the Robert Trent Jones Trail. Is that what it's called? I think so. Yeah, the golf trail. Anyways, so I'll be down in the Alabama area, hopefully next spring. Let's go. This is Scott Lemley from West Virginia. Yeah, so Scott mentioned that he talked to his friend there not too long ago, and they talked about the subscriber tournament that Scott came to being one of the highlights of his year. But it was a highlight of my year also. It was so much fun. It was one of those things that I was very nervous going into it. I was super surprised how well everybody got along, how much fun we freaking had. It was just, we're going to do it again. I don't know the dates yet, but we're going to do a subscribers tournament again. So that's basically 11 random golfers will be chosen, and we'll talk more details in the spring about that. But I'm saying most likely it'll probably be the end of July, again like it was this year. We got watching from Massachusetts. Love the course vlog. Putter Stuffer, what's up, brother? Oh, High Flying Farmer. So that guy's a heathen. I actually have a video coming up with the High Flying Farmer here, hopefully in the next month or so. We went to Las Vegas and played some super, super nice tracks. We played Wolf Creek, Paiute, Bali Ha. I think we played 4 or 5 really nice golf courses in Vegas, kind of high-dollar courses. However, they were cheaper than spending the afternoon in a casino. And I've got some really good footage from that, and I just need to put that video together, and that'll be with pretty much me and a High Flying Farmer, my friend Rod, playing out in Vegas, and giving you lowdown on those. I mean, the courses are just unbelievable. I've played golf all over, and Wolf Creek is up there near the top. Tobacco Road's hard to beat from you guys down around North Carolina. That's Tobacco Road. I've played Tobacco Road several times, probably nearly 25 times. Tobacco Road is a different course, but it's top 2 or 3, and that Wolf Creek that I got to play out in Vegas, it's also top 2 or 3. Super unique courses that are always in perfect condition, not a piece of grass out of place. Really fortunate to be able to play those courses. Yeah, Steve's agreeing, I think, there about that's just the cost of the green. Yeah, you got to have some respect for that work you put on these golf greens. It takes a lot. And I've said before, I work on the golf hole more than I play on it, but I'm 100% content with that. During a busy work day in the spring or summer, I'm excited to come out and mow or to do stuff on the course. That's what I enjoy doing. Okay. Is Messi the go? I don't know what the hell you're talking about there, brother. Have you ever had anyone do naked do ain't? No, there's been no naked do angels on the green. Oh, same guy golf. All right, he says he likes these live videos. No, the shot tracer, I mean, it never works. It takes forever. Well, I guess the biggest problem on that shot tracer is I usually don't use my phone. I'm using the regular camera, so I got to transfer it over to my photo album, then I got to transfer it to the app, and it's always a hot mess. I would love to be taught differently and more efficiently. All right, see you, Steve, Scuba. Don't forget to tell Randy to get a hold of me. Let's go ahead and we talked about the possible member guest being in July. I think we could go ahead and do the golf ball giveaways and see if we get a couple more questions come in. Shelton Rose says, I discovered Karen Creek by watching Out of the Woods. See? Shelton, you missed, Nathan was on here earlier. All right, so I've already got these loaded in here. So basically I use an app on my iPad, and that's how I'll pick the random winners for the golf balls. So I already have the app, or the video loaded, and we'll do this, I think I said 3 times. So if you get chosen here for the golf balls, I'll give you a few days to email me or comment on a video or something. We'll get you picked out. All right, so I know this is hard to see, but I am going to say pick winner, Bowler Bob. Bowler. So what you got to do is get a hold of me and let me know. I'll get you a dozen balls, but I need to know what kind you want. So email me, spudrungolf@gmail.com, and we'll get the ball sent to you. Bowler Bob. All right, so we can do it again. I know you guys can't freaking see that, but trust me when I say this. We just got a Kyle. He's got a picture of a golf ball and a green. Kyle, he says, covering the green with a couple tarps might help during the winter. Would like to see some trick punch shots through the trees. Copy that, Kyle. All right, we're going to do one more. So we got, first was Bowler Bob, second is Kyle. We're going to do 3. Raderick Rankin. Jeremy, what will you do next spring if the new addition to the green has not taken off? Plant more seed or put down pre-emergent? So that's a good question. I will be hitting that new green hard as soon as I can, as soon as the conditions are even think about being growing conditions. I will start probably overseeding a little bit and fertilizing. I probably will not put down no pre-emergent on that green. We're pretty lucky with being that was all woods before. We don't get a crazy amount of crabgrass like you will if you were more out, I guess, with fields and stuff around. We're pretty lucky. So, Bowler Bob, Kyle, and Raderick Rankin are the 3 winners. spudrungolf@gmail.com. You can shoot me an email, comment, however you need to do it, so I can get your address, figure out what kind of balls you want, and get those shipped to you. Okay. Same guy golf. I use GoPro to computer and take it from the computer to the iCloud and download to my iPad. Okay. Maybe we should talk in private so we can get that figured out, because I'd love to do more shot tracers when we do play. It's just, this for me right now, it's not time productive. How can we get Spud Run merch? I mean, I don't think there's a big enough need right now to go out and buy a bunch of Spud Run merch, but hopefully one day there'll be a need for it that we can get some and ship it out or whatever at that point. What's up, Chris? So we've been on here for almost 30 minutes. We've got our winners picked out. I guess I could talk for just a few more minutes about what about golf course or golf YouTube golf news current. You know, Rick Shields was over in Florida there a couple weeks ago. there's a lot of talk about Good. The Good band is getting dismembered, but I think all that's going to work out just fine. I kind of touched on earlier that the live players can play in Augusta, and I think that'll be the same across the board with other majors. I definitely identify as Bowler Bob. Can I get the balls too? So Bowler Bob is on here. So shoot me an email, bud, so I can get your contact information. You were the first winner. Back to YouTube golf news. Bryant Brothers just got into a condition where I don't think they bought a golf course. There was a rundown golf course. I think they got an investor to buy a golf course. And they're a big social media, YouTube, TikTok. And they're two brothers. I think one's a professional golfer, but they've got a big following, Bryant Brothers. And I think they're going to kind of take this golf course. It's down in Columbia, South Carolina. I think it's going to kind of be like a new social media hangout, so creators can go down there and play golf and just kind of be unwavered by any outside influence with other golfers, or they'll just have the flow and the comfortable course layout and whatnot of like the social media people do. Because some of the people I've reached out to, in the email I always say, with the backyard golf hole, we're not pressured. We don't have golfers behind us waiting. We can kind of set the cameras up or do whatever and take our time to get the content that we desire and not have to worry about paid customers or getting in the way of paid customers. So that's something I think them guys are shooting for down in Columbia, South Carolina. That's a big deal. I think we're getting freaking hacked now. Seth Butler, good as announcement, January 3rd. I won't go into the good stuff a whole lot, but I'm 44 years old. These guys are all younger. I wish them the best, but they've got a lot. They're in their early 20s, I believe, and they've definitely set the bar for YouTube golf or social media golf. They've done well. They've done super well. As they get older, I hope they can continue as the group and keep making the good content. I think it's going to be harder and harder as they get older. They get more famous. They get more involved with their families and stuff. It'll be a little tougher. But right now, they're killing it. I think the January 3rd announcement is equipment. I think they had great success with their putter, and I think they're going to move up to more clubs. The good, the YouTube channel, it's not the biggest golf channel on YouTube. It's probably the fastest growing, and it probably will be the biggest YouTube golf channel within the year. They just use that channel as a vehicle. They make their money with merchandise and all the other stuff. They're kind of, I think golf in general, I think in 5 years, YouTube and other social media platforms, I think the golf, it's going to look different. I know, right, 10 years ago, you'd go to a PGA tournament. That's what you want to do. That was the coolest place to go watch golf. I think in 5 to 10 years, or probably more like 5 years, you're going to have golf tournaments. It's going to have content creators playing at them at your big local city. And I think more people will go watch the good players or these guys that you watch. Mark my word, that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying the relevancy of a professional golfer is going to change. I'm just going to say your average Joe wants to go see that YouTube golfer more than they want to go see a Cam Smith or somebody like that. Having said that, you're going to notice your professional golfers building a stronger presence on social media to gain that attraction along with the normal social media creators. I think it's going to happen. Good is overrated. Yeah, probably. Do the short YouTube videos get a lot of views? I've done, 3 or 4 short videos, and they really didn't. They got a couple thousand views. Didn't see a lot. Jordan, the guys from Lawn Tools, they came up. That's what they said. They said you really got to push the shorts, and they grew. They grew very, very fast. The last 4 or 5 months, and he credits that to the shorts. I didn't see much good from them. I threw out a couple of TikToks here in the last 3 or 4 weeks. And I believe the TikToks, we've got several 100,000 views on the backyard golf hole just from the TikTok crowd. But I don't think that crowd transfers over to YouTube. And YouTube's kind of where we want to be, but I thought I'd test the waters just to see if we could get more traction or more notoriety from the TikTok crowd to come over and watch some of the YouTube. And I don't think it's there yet, but they're easy to make, so I'll probably make a few more and throw them out there. Jones says, what advice do you have for somebody who wants to build a golf hole like yours? How many acres does it take? Man, I could write a book about that. I hate to be the teacher in high school that answers a question with the question, but there's a lot of variables to your question. I mean, do you want a par 3? There's people that's just got a 1,000 square foot backyard that they put a golf hole on it, and so that's considered a golf hole. So you could have 1,000 square feet. So your average golf course in America, 18-hole course, needs 120 to probably 150 acres. Depends on how much you have from tee to green, from green to tee. Non-subdivision type golf courses, this is just golf courses. Bare minimum, an 18-hole course would probably be 90 to 100 acres, and that's going to be tight. That's going to be back and forth, back and forth. So my golf course, just let's say the treatable areas as far as the fairway, green, and surroundings, I think we're a little over 5 acres on that. So how many acres does it take? Man, that's got some variables, but it just depends on how much you want to stretch out, I guess. Obviously, you can get it done with 5 or 6 acres like we did. Let's talk about how long you've had that sweet zebra putter in your bag. Gary, that's a great question, brother. Absolutely fantastic question. So I've had a zebra putter since I was probably 14 or 15. And believe it or not, Gary, the DCI irons in my golf bag, I've played with them since I was 14 years old. I'm 44 now, so quick math tells me that's a long freaking time. And I strike the irons good. Now, the zebra putter, I did have a stint to where I got mad at it. But I still use the zebra. Back to my original point. Zebra came out, they're making putters again. So I have the 1980 Zebras. I think I have like 14 of them, different colors. I got them left-handed, right-handed. But they just came out this summer, so I've got a brand new Zebra in the bag. I took it on a golf trip here a couple months ago down to Myrtle Beach, and I don't know if it was my game or the putter, but I liked it some. It went back and forth. I had the 1984 Zebra and the 2022 Zebra, and I gotta say the old one was kind of just as well, but we'll see. There's Mike again. He's talking about zip lines, water slides. Would you ever switch to synthetic greens? It's another good question. We had a synthetic green at our house several years ago, probably 18 years or so ago, 15 to 18 years ago. I had synthetic green. I had like 3 cups. It was probably 800 square foot. It was the real deal. I'd done the base preparation, undulations, bought the stuff, put it in. We ended up redoing our patio and make our patio space bigger. The only thing that I had problem with that synthetic green was the way it received the ball. I think it putted fine, but and I've seen some videos where they claim they're the same, but I just don't think receiving that golf ball from 160, 150, I don't think it gets received as well on a fake green, a synthetic green. Is that bad? No. I could probably do a whole video on that because there's so many options with the front end cost versus the long-term cost. The front end cost of synthetic green is probably going to be pretty expensive, but look at the savings over 5 years or so. However, I say it's enjoyable. It's a challenge every single day to maintain and have a backyard real golf green, and it's very enjoyable. If you got the gumption in time, 100% a real golf green. I found your channel through common interest. Golfer maintained backyard at .4. Yep. Yeah, that's 10 acres. Yeah, some of my buddies, especially my Tuesday night league guys, they need about 10 acres, and they still probably can't keep the ball in play on my backyard golf hole. This Christopher asks about hunting. Yeah, we've got 140 acres. My 16-year-old son, he got him a nice buck here a couple weeks ago. Tons of deer on the course. I was out mowing there last week, and there was 3 or 4 deer at the 100-yard marker. Just they weren't bothered at all. Gary says, I've asked before, do you have enough room to make 18 different tee boxes? Oh, definitely. I could do 18 different tee boxes. We've got the layout and the space to probably do 4 or 5 golf greens easily. It's just a matter of time. I don't think I'd ever do that, but I could actually route a decent 4 green course around the property. It could flow well and it could do great, but just not there yet. Not yet, not at all. Guys, that's 41 minutes. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody for 41 minutes my whole life. Couple more questions. Bring on your best questions, because we're going to wrap this up now. So let's get one more question, and we're going to sign this thing off. How many guys come to your subscriber invitational? I'd love to come next year. We're going to do 11 guys. 11 guys that moved really slow, but at the end of the last weekend, I had 11 guys come in from all over the country. And at the end of the tournament, we talked, and that was one of the questions. We dropped it down to 8 because I really felt the pace of play was slow, but they all agreed to keep it. Basically, 11 of you, then me, makes 12. And then I have all the pairings predetermined with your handicaps and your groupings. And I think it went freaking smooth. I was not the hero that weekend. The hero that weekend was my friends and family that were out here cooking breakfast at 5:30, setting up awards, and just they worked their tail off. And for the 11 guys that came and played, they were over the moon with all the help that we had provided from our friends. Scott Lim has got a new 9-hole course. It has synthetic greens. It's like playing on glass. Yeah, they talk that the synthetic greens can stick. That synthetic green, most of you probably know, but it's an inch or so pad, and then you sweep a fine silica sand or black beauty sand, any types of sand in it. Basically, that's what floats, and you can determine your stemp from how much sand you put on that to get your speed. But man, they just can't hold a ball. Not like you're used to at a regular golf course. Any equipment maintenance over the winter for you? Yeah, that new Toro fairway mower. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Billy. That new fairway mower, I got to get it in. There's a couple small leaks on it. We got that radiator fixed. I wanted to get the reels all backlapped and sharpened good. My greens mower, we're going to take the reel off here probably tomorrow, and we ship it to Toro. I actually put it in with the local country club. They ship all their reels off to Toro, and then they sharpen them over the winter. And I put my greens mower reel in with the country club's order, and it's usually a couple months before we get it back. But they'll adjust it and set it, and take care of anything that's wrong with it. So pretty cool. Other maintenance, some golf cart maintenance, just general stuff. Just general stuff. I think most of the time, I'd like to get working on that, clearing the trees out on the west side of the green for our PM son on the golf green. That's all I think I got for you guys. So, the guys that won, congratulations. To everybody else, Merry Christmas. I know we had people watching from Canada, Ireland, Australia. You guys are awesome. I'm Jeremy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing with us. Spud Run Golf. Over and out.